emotional demonstrations is a wonderful tool.
The Imo demos are fantastic. They've actually been picked up by the government of Indonesia, and now they're being rolled out across the whole of Java, which is, got tens and tens of millions of people. So we're very happy about that.
And so what would a session look like? Just as
Well, I was at a session in April, and there's a social mobilizer. There's about 20 or 30, maybe 50 sometimes, mothers with their kids. And there depends. There's lots of quizzes.
Okay.
There's lots of games. There's lots of chanting. There's lots of kind of amateur dramatics.
Okay.
There's lots of demonstrations of what's in food. That one that's very vivid for me is let's dilute the junk food in the water, and let's look at it and smell it. It's really disgusting, actually. But I think it's brilliant.
And what was their reactions to
Disgust.
that? Was it really
recoiling? And, oh my God, are we putting this stuff into our kids? But then when you ask them about why they do it, they say it's cheap, it's tasty, the kids like it, it keeps them quiet. The same things that you would see in London, probably.
Well, I was going to say, do you know what? We talk about this as being something like we're talking about it as if it's a purely developing third world kind of issue. But I remember on the radio, it must have been about a year ago, hearing a quite popular brand. They had a commercial on, and it was essentially two parents, and they had the children playing in the garden, and then the children were banging on the window. They wanted something to eat, and the parents were kind of scrambling, trying to figure out what they do, and they ended up giving them this kind of quite heavily sugar-laden snack. And the idea was tide them over till dinner time. And I thought there were two really interesting things about that. First of all, that the idea of your child being hungry seemed like some kind of a pain. And it seemed like a distressful situation that you needed to solve using sugar. And second of all, that in London, 2018, 2019, that we, with all the education and awareness that's built around this, that parents are still finding it very difficult to navigate this market. So I think we have problems all across the board in that sense.
Yeah, it is really difficult to shift diets in any context, in any geography, for any income group. It's really hard.